Fred Long right there. Let me check on Fred. Hey, Fred, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing, brother?
Good, good. Yeah, I'm waiting for Roy now to come up here. Now, Fred Long, are you Roy's brother?
Yeah, that's my big brother right there.
Oh, okay. Here, let me give you a round. Killing some time here. Now I'm waiting for Roy to click on here. Now, you're a big Chicago Bears guy.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So while I'm waiting for him to come on, and I'm glad I got you in there. What'd you think about that win this weekend, man? I had a lot of fantasy points in that game over Cincinnati.
I bet you did. You understand? Hey, look, I'm still over there watching. I'm still watching the highlights right now. I'm still
man.
The Bears, they was tripping, man. The city was like up and down. You know, remember, it's Chicago. Chicago, we have a lot of sports teams, but this is a Bears town out of all of the teams. It's definitely
really.
Oh, for sure.
So the Bulls, they've kind of faded out. Now here's Roy here. We'll go ahead and bring neighbor Roy in here. Got Pittsburgh and Chicago. You know, I got a good friend of mine out of Buffalo, Niagara area. He's a big Bears fan. Also, you know,
salute to him because his Bills are doing. You know, they pulled that game out against the Chiefs last week.
That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, that was real nice. Surprising.
Man, hopefully they're able to get over the hump. Tell your partner that. Let's see if they're gonna finally get over that.
Yeah. John Rostano, he's a big Bears fan. Okay, but you know what? I'll finish up with you, Fred, since you're new to the program. Do they have the right coach there in Chicago? What do you think about Ben Johnson?
Yeah, I think Ben is good, man. He's good. He's good for this team. I would say that. You know, he's good for this team. He's a young cat. He's getting his first experience, but it seems like he don't play around. In the city, we respect that. You know, we come from the Mike Ditka era. You know, and you know my other guy. You know, he did. You know, he did a lot. Lovie Smith too. You know.
Yeah.
People respect.
Lovie kind of paved the way for the conditioning for a better coach or something. Like he put a more spunk into the team. It started with Lovie, I would say.
Yeah. So I think he's the best person for the job. I'm glad we got him. He'd be on the sideline though, like he finna bust a vessel, like he needs.
He's intense, ain't he?
I'm like, bro, calm down a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Man. So what do you think about this? You know, that defensive coordinator, I think his name is Dennis Allen.
Yeah,
brought him over for the Saints. And what's wrong with the defense, man? He was great with the Saints.
Man, look, you gotta remember this still too. We're probably still leading the league in takeaways.
Okay.
We're going into the game. So although the defense has been we started out strong, but the defense was getting more recognition than the offense and Caleb Williams earlier in the season. So man, we banged up right now, man. You know, we came out the gate with some of our key defensive players, Edwards, Gordon, Brisker. You know, and then the main guy, Johnson.
Jalen Johnson, the cornerback.
He went out like right before the season started, like right after training camp. So
how long he got it? Is he out for the season or is this a?
I'm taking it as he out for the season. I haven't heard anything otherwise, but
wow.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
I'm like you guys. I do think that Ben Johnson is the guy there, man, and you guys got a lot of talent. Do you think you may have too many skill players on this team where there may be a ripple? There may be some kind of conflict. Now they're all kind of young.
Yeah.
Well, what's your thoughts on that, Fred?
Man, I think it's something we haven't had that we've been yearning for in the city to acquire this type of talent. Yeah. And I forget what they label these position players now. That's not a quarterback, a defensive endman. I forget what they call them. Luxury players, like luxury talent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like
skill players,
because you're not going to draft like these skilled players high in the draft. You're going to catch them like later in the draft. So I'm glad we got him. Odunze was really good, even though he had no catches. His father needs to fall back online. He been on Twitter wilding out like what my son and great. I'm like, bro, chill out. He just led the Bears. He lead the Bears in catches, touchdowns, all of this stuff.
I love Odunze. He was having an argument with your son?
No, his father was online arguing just with fans just about, get my son the ball or not, let's get him out. I'm like, Pops, man, look, I'm a father of an athlete. I understand. We get passionate.
We know how it go, but
I'll give a break, Pops. It'll be all right. So I just say we got some of the best talent in the league, and Ben is trying to package it together. You understand?
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, those helicopter parents. I know it's a double-edged sword in some ways, but they do get the kids where they need to go. You know, that kind of dedication. But sometimes they get a little overzealous and live vicariously through them. I have not heard. That's good insight there, Fred.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Check that out. Yeah, check that out, brother. Man, go check that out, man. Give me on the show some more, man. I can tell you a little bit more ins and outs. You know, some of the cultural things that's in sports right now too.
Do you think they should potentially trade one of these players, like maybe a DJ Moore? Because you've got the other guy from the guy from Missouri that's a very good player. He got hurt, the receiver there. What's his name?
Not Komet just got. I should know.
That's the other tight end.
Yeah, that's tight end.
It's the receiver. I think it's like a second round pick, but he was really highly sought after. You know, he's hurt right now. But then you got Moore, you got Rome Odunze, and you got this guy.
Yeah,
Luther Burton.
Oh, Burton. Yeah, Burton is good, man. He's a young, fiery talent. He does kickoff returns. He can do a lot. And I think so we got weapons. And as it relates to DJ Moore, it seemed like he's taking a step back and a back door to Odunze, which is good, which you want vets to do. You don't use this a lot. When you're playing on teams and you're the vet, the incumbent and all of that stuff. And so to be able to watch him hand that off to somebody else is great. So DJ Moore, I think we need him. I think if there was any time they was going to trade him, it should have been just yesterday or whatever during the trade.
Yeah.
Because
you're saying maybe in the future though, possibly, or you think it's okay, just keep it like it is for a minute.
I think keep it like it is. We're gonna need some difference around this young core, and so and then with DJ Moore, like I said, you'd have got him right during this trade deadline. See, over the next year, now he's locked in for 4 years. He signed this deal right before the beginning of last season, so you kind of with him, And
he's very consistent, man. I like him.
Yeah, he is. He's good for runs after the catch. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did he get after that? What, like 5+ or?
What'd you say, Roy?
The run after the catch. He get about 5 more every time, or?
Yeah, he used to get like up to 10. You know what I mean? When he was featured in the offense, that was what he's been known for since he came from. Was it Carolina?
Charlotte, Carolina.
Well, that's good if you get a 5+ after each catch, though. But 10 is immaculate.
Smaller receiver too, so he goes with he got that grit in him. That's that Chicago grit we love.
I love him. That was a
great sir. Yes, sir.
So Roy calls me. I wanted to bring Roy on the program this morning, but I thought maybe this is too short a notice. I'll just let it go and not do a show today. I'll probably just do a replay. So Roy calls me at like 10 something. Hey man, what are you dogging out my Steelers for? I knew you would be in a good mood after they beat the Colts last week and redeemed themselves from that god awful Green Bay Packer loss. What are your thoughts on that Colts win, Roy? You got to still be feeling like you're on cloud 9. I can kind of tell in your tone of your voice.
Yeah. So we came in. I came in personally believing that we was going to get that game. It was a must-win, 7-1 team. They probably, it's when they call this the witching hour, when there's wins become losses and losses become wins. That's my favorite. That's my favorite stuff. So we have an AR.
Yeah.
And he know when to pull the trigger. As soon as a receiver gets open, the line is protecting him enough to move around. And I believe they got a nice communication with the younger fellas, even though we still have older people, but they mixing in. If they protect him like they've been protecting him, we'll keep shooting with the AR.
I wanted to say
Hey, you
this.
know we ain't got no love for him in Chicago. Y'all know that, right?
Oh yeah. That's the most hated. Yeah. He taunts the Bears for years as a Packer.
Oh,
Got no love.
well, yeah. I get it.
I ain't saying he ain't cold though. He cold for sure.
But I take him. Because everyone they put Aaron Rodgers down. They said the AR was gonna throw more interceptions, do this, do that, with a lot of negativity. But we winning in the AFC. Our team is winning.
Yeah.
We're in the lead, I should say, and we to get that big win over the Colts. That was a big plus for improvement. And everyone was saying they put the Steelers defense on the back of a milk carton. Like, where is it? It's missing. I didn't like that, but we redeemed ourselves and we back so far.
Yeah, so they were 30th in total defense. They're like 14th against the run. They're the highest paid defense in the NFL. Now, Aaron Rodgers mentioned in the Green Bay game, Roy, that he had to use the solid snap count at home. The home fans were selling their team. They're selling their tickets to Packer fans because they're losing faith in the team. They're, like I said, they're 30th in defense. There's some sense with the older players. Cameron Hayward's 35, Rodgers 41. TJ Watt's 31, 32. Could get banged up at that age the way physical he is. What's your thoughts of? I guess the sense of the fans is they're going to fall apart at some point. This whole season is going to be over with. What's your sense of that? Having used a solid snap count at home with the Steelers.
Well,
what's your thoughts about that?
I'm lost with it all. You know, I'm just going off of the performance, the get back. You know, they had to redeem themselves. I'm just keeping all the positives on it. Yeah. I think they found some type of connection and chemistry. It's going to be more rougher games. And those guys were, not to take away from what the Steelers did, but those coaches was probably tired a little bit. You know, 7-1 on the win. No losses. It was about time for a loss, and it was about time for us to have a win. Now we just have to, continue that with the defense, because Aaron Rodgers will give us the points. We just got to stay consistent with that defense.
Yeah, they got it. They can't make mistakes. And I was looking at some of the stat line in that game, and I'm glad the Steelers won. The league is better when the Steelers are playing well,
Yeah.
But they got outgained in that yards by 140 yards to the Colts. They called 6 turnovers to the Colts. Do you think this can be sustainable, Roy? Or do you think in the back of your mind, I don't know if this is going to be legit or not, man?
Well, I think it's there. Like you said, that age might kick in because we have to play as the highest paid defense. We have to play that way. So it's going to cause some exhaustion and stuff like that. But, sometimes we got to get that sideline working too. And, give people proper rest and stuff. So, and I think the veteran players should also coach and nourish the younger players that's going to come in and take their place and give them a little rest and, take up what they left off at, I'm just confused about it as well, but I believe in them a little bit. They just look good. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, my prediction in the preseason was the Ravens would probably win this division. The Steelers would start off strong, and then they would fade. The Ravens will win this division. They're 2 games back right now.
Yeah.
They're 3-5. Your Steelers are 5-3. Are they going to catch your Steelers? Or your Steelers, are they going to still win in the North?
Yes, because you know what you said about the Bears with the Baltimore Ravens. They got the same issue with but they have an issue with too many star players, and I think they have a bumping at times where they fell apart a little bit, and then when they come through, they came through on somebody that probably was scattered themselves. So they got them a win in, but I think if they don't mend the talents that they got, because everybody is no I in team. So I see a lot going on with the Ravens, and they look more scattered to me than together, organized from the last games I've seen. So I think we'll hold them down too.
Well,
Fred, what do you think about that?
They beat my Bears the week before, which we mad as hell about in the city, man. Without
Yeah, I know. And those are, and Fred, that's my team. The Bears is my home team.
I know this.
So yeah, that's my home team. So if it happens, it happens. If it don't happen, it's a bitter with a sweet with me when it comes to the Bears and the Steelers, which I predict gonna be in the Super Bowl.
That'd be good. That'd be a high rate. Now I'm out of Nashville. We want to see the Ravens lose, but the Ravens are a good team, man. They're deep, and they had a lot of injuries, but those guys have all came back.
See, that's that. Them early wins, it'll get to you.
Hey, who's your team, Brother Butler?
Well, I follow the Titans, who did a total disaster now.
Don't do it.
Well, I just know whoever my predictions are, since they got a program. I was talking to some guys here on the program last week or so, and my point about the Titans is if she don't go out, I'm talking about Amy Adams Strunk, the owner. There was a report this week that she doesn't want to trade with the Patriots because she has some kind of issue with Mike Vrabel. Now, that's petty because you're trying to, what's good for the team is get your emotions out of the game here. But my thing is, I said this a couple of weeks ago when she fired Brian Callahan, if she don't go after a guy like a Mike McCarthy or somebody, instead of one of these coordinators that don't have any experience like a Brian Callahan, she needs to sell the team. They're building a new dome down here, Fred.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And the taxpayers.
Hey, Rob, Mr. Butler, is that a dome closed or it's gonna be Is it just what is it, a dome or?
I think it's just a dome. Hopefully, it'll be a retractable, which you don't see teams winning a lot of dynasties with that are dome teams. They're usually presented to be soft there on the road. So it's all about getting Super Bowls and not World Series.
You get entertainment. Yeah, you get Beyonce out there. You understand?
Right. It's a big music town down here, Fred. So
I know this. And the city is working on the same thing in Chicago.
Are y'all going to get a dome in Chicago?
Then there's been two. The Bears purchased property out in Arlington Heights, which is northwest of Chicago, downtown, which is right by O'Hare Airport. So it's clear for somebody to get. But we're from Chicago, man. The Bears belong in the nitty gritty, right off the street.
We're the nitty gritty.
You want to have that edge, don't you, Fred?
When it's 15 degrees, so they put a proposal to upgrade the existing land, but it's owned by the Park District. Well, believe it or not, Soldier Field is just short of a national landmark.
Yeah.
So it's not like privately owned. It's put on the city of Chicago Park District land, right off the Lake of Chicago. So it ain't like they can just revamp it the way that they want to, because now it's negotiating, and you got to remember this is Chicago. You understand? So politics.
Yeah. This could take a minute, or it could totally fall apart. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So they've been pushing it and trying to get. Initially, I think the owners, the new CEO is, I think, Kevin Warren. I forget his name right now. Is leaving me.
Because the lady died, didn't she?
McCaskey. It's still in the family though. It's still in its own.
Okay. Are they going to sell? Are they going to sell the Bears, Fred? Do you think?
They said. I think it's. I would. If you'd have asked me this pre-pandemic, I would say they'd never sell the Bears, the family. I think it's more likely at some point. There's been conversations about it in the last year or two for sure. Now, those are typically private conversations, and but whenever there's a little smoke, I say there's got to be fire. but there's some smoke
Yeah.
around. You understand? Yeah.
That would be an
Mr.
interesting.
Butler, not to interrupt you, just before this, a quick thought. When we're looking at the speaking of the Titans,
Yeah.
although they lost again, but I saw a difference in the score.
Yeah.
They did score more than usual, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
That's a plus. But now they work on their defense. And I think if they take that up a notch, they'll be more compatible because they are some big players. They something to reckon with, but they just got to get more solid ground. Just throwing that out there, they did score a little higher than normal.
Yeah, I like Cam Ward. I think that he's really working on that back shoulder pass. Like a lot of young quarterbacks, you guys see this, getting a little greedy with the deep ball instead of the check down. Almost all quarterbacks, especially young ones, like to do that. But I do like his pocket presence. I do think they need an offensive-minded head coach there with some experience, particularly because the Titans are such disarray right now. Let me ask you guys a personal question. This is like a poll I'm taking here. I like John Gruden. I think he's a great coach. He got a little crazy there at Tampa at the end. He got a little quarterback crazy. But I like what he was doing with the Raiders there before all this stuff came out about these emails. You know, he got fired or he got pushed out of the Raiders essentially for saying in an email to I think it was the general manager of the Washington then Redskins, a private email. Somehow this leaked out during the Redskins investigation, and he said something in regards to what was this guy's name? I think he was over the player representative for the unions, black guy. Said he had big lips in the email. Now,
wow,
it's hey, that seems offensive, racist, and everything. Now, Warren Sapp has come out, defended him, said, I like the guy, I'm down with him. Now, Keyshawn Johnson, he's a black guy, of course. They never got along. We saw their episodes on the sideline, but Keyshawn said, I don't like the guy. I told you he's a bad guy. What do you guys think about? Would you want to hire John Gruden based on that? What are your guys' opinion on that? He's wanting to get back into coaching. He's suing the league and everything. So what do you guys think? Is it too much? Would you play for him? I guess my question is, would you forgive him? Would you play for him? You think, man, this guy's a racist piece of crap. I don't want to, Or, personal email.
Well, we come from Chicago.
Yeah.
We hear stuff like that a lot. But we kind of capitalize on it some kind of way.
Okay.
Like if we play for you, we'll have you saying something different.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean? We'll have you complimenting us versus that little stuff. It's a psychological warfare thing from us being from Chicago. We nitty gritty. Words don't really do it,
Yeah.
It motivates us, but it ain't gonna tear us down. So
okay.
Yeah,
what do you think,
probably
Fred?
What you think, Fred?
Yeah, I was going to, I call him Chucky. That's how we know Brother Gruden is Chucky. He's officially Chucky. And I got a Chucky down in the back if I come on next time.
Yeah.
You call him Chucky,
because he always had that face. Right? They used to call him Chucky.
Yeah.
So that's for one thing. He's always been the character. Two, I think he's chasing the ghost of John Madden, and it's not going to happen for him. That's two. And that's why he went off into the broadcast and he got that big check. I think it was from ESPN, and he was just doing the quarterback.
It's very similar upbringing than John Madden, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So I think he's chasing that ghost. And then in terms of coaching, it's almost a Bill Belichick effect. It might just be over with for you for that. Just go do something else. Become an owner. Become a GM, a president, where you can still be close to the game. You don't necessarily have to be.
You think his coaching days are behind him, particularly, perhaps, Fred?
Yeah, because, I would say this. I wouldn't be surprised if that guy get hired by Tennessee or anyone. No. Yeah, he can get hired. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I am saying, though, that there is a new generation of players that are, or just in general, that like Roy said, we come from this city and other, tough cities, like Philly and New York, where it's just gritty and we can kind of get past that all of this the white noise type stuff, and it's really good because you step to the coach. You understand? Just like Keyshawn did. Give me the damn ball, right?
Yeah.
He might can get past that threshold with this era of players because folks are really concerned about other things in their lives sometimes, especially when you make that type of money and you got the endorsements that you don't really have to be in the fray of this kind of social commentary and
It's interesting, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
My suggestion would be just take a poll in the locker room, a private poll, like a little vote thing. Would you want to play for John Gruden? Do all the players on the roster, and if it's too even or too lopsided, or if it's like 52 players say they'll play for him and one doesn't, or if it's the other way around, you definitely don't want to hire him.
And Butler, that's not happening. You're going at best. You're going to maybe 3 players at best. Conversations in onboarding personnel or front office people.
Well, I know they wouldn't do it, but that would be, and that's why I think he might not get a gig. But it's food for thought because guy
did. He should be in the gig. Well, let me ask you: do you think he should be in NFL? Why you taking the poll? You want him out? You want him in? You want him fence?
Well, I think I would forgive him because my whole point about that is, do you want to publish everybody's text messages and emails and say, did you offend some race, religion, nationality, women? Okay, so let's get everybody that's screwed up in there. It just feels wrong the way the NFL went about this. That was a private email. Now, I wouldn't have said that myself, but do you want to push a guy out for that? I mean, it's not like he was betting on games. This is not a P. Rose situation.
I would beg the question that, we noticed with this, we all got Monday, what they call it, the Monday quarterback. We got
Monday morning quarterback.
Right. So we got hindsight. Just think about this now. We know that happened.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure there's a reason why that happened. And that just wasn't something that was hearsay, like something probably to his doing in these offices and business. You understand why they go after him and not other? It's a reason for that.
Yeah. So, there's probably more to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, we know it's other people out here that, and look at the guy from Sterling who was on the Clippers.
Sterling. Yeah, that was that he was really, going. You could tell he was just straight up racist guy. And,
I'm telling you, it's owners like that.
Yeah.
We don't hear about it. You understand?
Right.
It's coaches like that. We just don't hear about it. So I think for them,
would you play for him, Fred? Would you play for John Gruden?
Yeah.
So you said you would because y'all from a different era.
Yeah. The only
depends on what we got going with the chemistry of the rest of the team. Because it won't be about him at the time. We'll go by that. But if we connecting,
y'all,
if
who you working with,
I was a star wide receiver. That's my favorite position. One I used to play in on safety. Wide receiver. If I was Jalen, what's my guy from Minnesota, Jeffries? Not Jeffries.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, right? If I was him in Minnesota, and they said they're gonna bring in John Gruden, and I'll be like, yo, bro, I gotta have a conversation with this brother before we even talk about onboarding anybody. Just to check his temperature. You understand? Because we might not get the type of what you bring to a locker room.
The organization,
you might bring, the media, which is our team prepared for that? Do we have a locker room?
You're saying it may bring a lot of distraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the flip side is you can get all of that good brain knowledge and acumen that he has too. So then it's like, okay, how do you balance those two things out?
Right.
He's in his 60s, but that's a good point though. That's a good point, man. I was just thinking about that. I wanted to ask you guys about that. So really, it'd probably be Mike McCarthy would be my favorite for them to go after. One with this, first win the Cowboys had on the road in 30 years in the playoffs. You know,
Mm.
he did a lot with less when you got Jerry Jones,
Mm.
doing crazy stuff like he does all the time. But
You want to know what's even crazier, which is around, and it relates, but it doesn't. My favorite sport is basketball for sure.
yeah,
That's just my favorite sport. Bulls my favorite team.
Yeah.
Bears right there too. It's the John Gruden thing is the Ja Morant conversation right now, right?
wow, yeah,
Would you take Ja Morant?
Yeah.
I got a text from my LBs. Those the Long Boys, Long
Yeah.
Brothers from Chicago. It's all our brothers, Roy. We call them LBs, the Long Brothers, right? So we got a group text. They was just like, well, they are saying Ja Morant too, because he's on the trade block now officially.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know this.
He got suspended for saying that he don't like the way the coaches are using him.
Yeah, but he has look at this. I'm saying, look at his last 18 to 24 months.
Yeah,
Just him, not his play, behaviorally. Just look at
right.
that last 18 to 24 months, because his talent is his talent. We already know.
Would you like to see him become a Bull?
I don't know, man. I would take him.
Yeah,
I would take
him.
I would take him. I'm like, who for? I like Josh Giddey right now. He's better than Josh Giddey, but Josh Giddey.
Yeah, Giddey's hot, but I think he's got a high ceiling, Morant.
Yeah, Morant.
He'd be great in Minnesota. I know that's your right.
Yeah.
Well, they play in the West technically.
Yeah, I like John Morant. He would be good on the Bulls, but even for him, they don't get him right. And right off
They'll get him right in Chicago. They ain't gonna do all that.
Miami. Somebody mentioned Miami on the internet. I think it was Perkins mentioned.
Yeah, because Pat Riley and them, they ain't playing. They ain't for none of that. So his organizations that have that type of coaching. And then for me, he would just be like chasing the Derrick Rose too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that about Morant. I mean, he kind of went through some things, and it seems like he's just not gelling with this coaching staff, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's still him or not.
It could be the staff, and I think it's a lot of things outside of that team. I think it's he felt shunned by the NBA and Adam Silver for the gun gestures, even post him being suspended. And
he did get suspended. Yeah, that's right. He did, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, you can't even do this after 3 now. So it's just
that's a little much. I don't think they should have done that.
Yeah, I don't need
it.
This goes back to folks who just want to. You see this a lot, not just with players, but just in life. Folks just want to do stuff just to be antagonists and just buck system.
Yeah,
not even necessary. You almost put stuff at risk.
Overly politically correct. It just
it's
gotten to it. It's gotten to it. Yeah.
And so, your boy John Gruden don't have that issue. I tell you.
No, I don't. I don't think he does. But I've been watching him on doing the stuff with Barstool and everything, breaking down film. He's 62, but it looks like he's about 50 something.
Yeah, he got we call that
young energy.
Yeah, well, no. We call that the Schwarzenegger effect, where you just look plastic. You just look plastic for a long time. You just look plastic, man. Like for real, face look plastic. It's just
he looks the same as he did 20 years. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and he got the energy. I like his energy. He's a fire. I can tell that's your guy, man. Okay, all right.
No. He did. I've got some criticisms of his coaching. I mean, he's one of those guys where he likes one thing about a quarterback, then you'll see another quarterback, and he'll jump to that other quarterback. He's kind of at the end. He had a little ADD with the quarterbacks at Tampa. Yeah. He was just turning it around, and with the Raiders, with all that noise going on, they had a player that ran a woman over and burned up. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He was a former first round pick.
Yeah.
That same season, and they were still winning games, and they made the playoffs that year with their special teams coach.
Yeah.
But that guy had to cut him. I think his name was Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs, first round pick, really good receiver. He's doing 125 miles an hour, Roy, and ran a woman over. Yeah, he lost control of the Corvette and the car burned a woman up and her dog. It was a terrible tragedy. So they had cut
Wow.
him. Then they had to cut another player for threatening the guy with a gun, but he had a lot of issues too. He was another. That's all that happened in the same year. And then this stuff with these emails came out, and then so he has to walk out on. He has to resign. Then he sued. So then they take their special teams coach, and then they get to the playoffs with that special teams coach. And I thought they were just turning. He was in like year 3, and I don't know if he would ever caught that magic he did in '98, going up to 2001, where they got with Rich Gannon.
Yeah.
But I just think, man, you hate to see a guy get a kind of the raw deal like that. But like I said, maybe if there's more to it.
Well, look, check this out, fella. Check this out too. I equate it to a little bit too, and it's not just him, it's a lot of folks. Look at Troy Aikman and his criticism and what he was doing intentionally, and it was obvious on Monday Night Football against Caleb Williams. It was
I heard about. What's your take on that?
Terrible, man. You understand? Aikman, you could see it. You could tell he was definitely biased for a lot of different reasons. It was just a lot going on, and he's supposed to be the Troy Aikman of the America's football team, and now he's up in these broadcast booths and all of that, and just
was he mad because he didn't meet up with him?
I think it was a little bit of that, and this is what I'm saying.
Because he didn't meet up with him pregame or something.
Yeah, they were supposed. The quarterbacks after practice, you have media availability, and especially for the big featured games on Monday Night Football, you meet with the broadcasters too. That's why people think Tom Brady is a conflict of interest, being the owner of the Raiders. Right. And you meeting with quarterbacks before, so I just say it's a lot of these systematic things that are in place that it's biased. It's not. It doesn't have it doesn't come with an arbiter or an arbitrary person or personality or system that can where things just seem fair. But I say across the league, but there are sprinkles and remnants of that type of behavior in all
what
elements.
Do you think his issue is with Caleb Williams?
I think his issue is with Caleb, like some people, his personality, his way of life. He paints his nails. People in Chicago talk about that. Is he part of the LGBT community quietly?
Right.
So all of that is a thing just publicly, and so you can almost that nobody's exempt from that, hearing that.
Right.
So when you might see it or engage with it, i.e. Aikman, you understand? And not only did you that, you ain't meet with me, Mr. Troy Aikman.
Right. There was a
I feel you.
You see what I'm saying, Roy?
Yeah. I feel you.
I'm telling you, I promise you. And that's why I say Gruden and a lot of these folks, they're in spaces that they get memorialized, you understand, for past accomplishments, which they should. Yeah. I think sometimes it just go, especially when you're in the sport too, with that tag in the Hall of Fame and you're in it. It's just, sometimes it's hard to restrain from those types of things and sharing that these personal things. It's gonna come out in some way form. You ain't gonna be able to call a game fairly. It'll slip up at some point.
Yeah, he's but I don't think he does that. And if he does, I haven't seen it in the NFL. Have you? With the whole paint
I ain't seen a lot, but there was an example though that those things happening, and it's in real time. It wasn't like that was 3 years ago. That was 2-3 weeks ago. And
I just thought maybe he probably thought he was criticizing, but he's a pretty hard critic. That's why he's got that big job,
Yeah, it was on First Take and everything, so it wasn't just this one-sided. We're on here on the sports, the real sports group, and just saying it here. No, this was on national news.
Yeah.
It wasn't so.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was serious.
They put that out there.
Yeah, no, he did, and Caleb addressed it.
He said something like, I forgot to call him, or something came up or something.
He said that was after my workout. I was supposed to meet him at a certain time, and then so it went over or whatever. I called him afterwards. He ain't answered. Man, I'm Aikman.
I think maybe that. Yeah, I think he handled it well. Caleb did.
Yeah, I think that was on Caleb too, and so that's part of his personality. And that's what we're still trying to figure him out here in Chicago too. because he
It
got a
seems
lot.
like they're getting it figured out, though. You know,
Yeah,
it's
and
been
Ben,
bumpy with him and Ben Johnson, but it seems like they're getting it.
yeah, Ben just ain't gonna play with him. So he ain't gonna be like Eberflus last year. These
Yeah.
guys floating around the topic and all this, you know. Okay, man, go ahead, Caleb. You okay?
Yeah, he don't hit him, but he don't use the kid gloves.
Yeah, oh
You
no.
guys got anything, Fred? You've been great, man. Shoot,
think
yeah,
so?
Roy's been talking you up for a minute.
You think
Yeah.
so? I don't know, man. I just be talking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got plenty more. Mr. Brother Butler right here. Fred, personally, I told him all the time, I've been knowing him for years, that Mr. Butler got the Howard Cosell type of voice.
Yeah, you do. So you got
But
that.
he got that thing, right?
You got. And I was gonna ask him that because I know when it has we call it sauce, but it's got it got some flavor to it. You can tell it's country.
Yeah.
It comes from And so when I'm out, people like, damn, I don't know if I have it either. But they like, man, you talk like Chicago. Or that sound. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
you got the sound. Mr. Butler got the sound. You know, I've been telling him Howard Cosell, the power of that in his voice. So yeah.
Brother Butler Cosell.
Yeah.
Virginia Commonwealth. Who would have thought they would have got into the Final Four?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that right there.
Can you imagine him talking about the Final Four? Who would have thought
Man.
Commonwealth?
Well, thank
I
y'all
didn't know
for having
that.
me, man. I appreciate y'all having me on. This was fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You guys
Fred.
have been great. For a few minutes over, Fred Long from Chicago, Ray from Nashville, but a big Pittsburgh fan. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, we'll do a little sound off here. Bringing it big, baby. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Round of applause.